So I continue our series on guard your heart with all diligence. To the glory of God, for some weeks now, we've been looking at the topic. And we have looked at different dimensions into it. So I think I have 2 more weeks to deal with this. And then we move into other things. What does it mean to guard? To guard means to protect. To protect from being stolen. To protect from being taken away. Because what you do not protect, what you do not guard, can be stolen. So to guard means to watch over something, to protect it, to keep an eye on something, to defend something, to protect against damage. And anything that is of value that is left unprotected is at the risk of being taken away. But the dimension I want us to go this morning on guarding our heart is to have the consciousness that our heart can change form at any time. Our heart can change form. When we gave our life to Jesus Christ, our heart was transformed. But that is not enough. You need to renew your heart. So transformation comes first, but renewal is a continuous process. As long as you're on this earth, you need to renew your heart. Bible says in the book of Romans chapter 12 verse 2, said, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your heart. So when you give your life to Jesus Christ, there is a transformation. To make that transformation to be continuous, there must be a constant what? Renewal. So my heart can change form. And in the book of Matthew chapter 15 verse 8, Jesus Christ made a profound statement referring to what prophet Isaiah prophesied. He said, these people, he said, they draw near to me with their mouth, but their heart is what? Is far away from me. These people draw nigh unto me with their mouth and honoreth me with their lips. But what happened? Their heart is far away from me. So who are the people he was talking about? He was talking about the people of God, the born again the people of Israel. The people that were circumcised in heart. The people that had covenant with God. God wasn't talking about the Philistines. God wasn't talking about the Egyptians. He was talking about the Israelites. He said, these people, they draw nigh unto me with their mouth. They draw nigh unto me with their mouth. They honor me with their lips. But their heart is what? Is far from me. And I can give you a practical example, even in life. When a guy and a lady, when they are going out, when they are in love, what happens to them? Their heart is near to each other. Am I right? So the guy may be in America and the lady is in Nigeria. As far as that distance was in terms of the reality in space, in their heart, there was no distance. Am I making any sense? So their heart is still what? Near. No distance. So the distance in space does not determine the distance of the heart. So they may be far away. I know, when I was serving, I wrote a poem from one of my best friends. And I said, though you are far away, but I can still see you. So I titled that poem, Far Away Love. Then I used to write poems. Though you are still far away, but I can see you. Though you are not near, but you are dear to my heart. You know, so he was serving in Abia State. Me, I was serving in Enugu. We are far apart, but there was no distance. I read an article and he explained something that really touched me, and I said, this is true. He said, why is it that when two people are fighting and they are hungry, what do when they want to talk? How do they talk? They shout at each other. He said, if somebody is close to you, why do you shout? Am I making any sense? You know, if you want to call someone and the person is near, what do? You just call that person lightly. But if the person is far, what do? You shout, hello, mister. Why? Because the person is far from you. But somebody is very close to you and you are angry, and the two of you will begin to shout. Am I making sense? What is wrong with that? I will take that. I will never say that. He said something happened. He said, though you are close in normal distance, but in your heart, you are what? You are far. And when you see people that are in love, that no, when they are calling on phone, the people that are around, they will not do what? They will not hear them. They just, hello. Then you say, what are they talking about? You that you are the elder brother, say, what is wrong with you? What are you discussing? They are far in distance, but they are near in heart. Am I making any sense? So, many of us, if care is not taken, our heart can be far from God, while our lips are still honoring God. So, and I said, your heart matters to God. God is not just satisfied that people are singing His praise. He is concerned about the state of their heart. So you see two guys, a guy and a lady that are in love, that go. Now they get married. Before they got married, the guy was in America, the lady was in Nigeria. They were not far enough. Now they are married, they are now living together, they are living, and some things begin to happen. Though they are still under the same roof, what happens? Their heart is what? Is far apart. And God help you, if the husband is cheating on his wife, and the wife is still showing love. So no matter what the wife does, the mind of that guy is somewhere else. So that is when the lady will do something, and to the guy is not satisfied. He finds fault, he finds error. Why? Because when he was in love, when the heart was closed, even when the guy makes mistake, he doesn't see it. Love has blinded his eyes. Am I making any sense? So that is the closeness. So my focus today is to tell you that your heart can change form. And it can shift places. Whether your relationship with man or in relationship with God. And based on that understanding, we need to look at different kinds of heart. And there are some areas that you must not allow your heart to fall into. So you can have one heart, and your one heart is displaying different dimension of negatives. One heart, but coming in different form. But there is a way God wants your heart to be. Bible said the eyes of the Lord runs to and fro the surface of the earth, looking for a man whose heart is perfect before him, that he might prove himself strong on their behalf. First Chronicles chapter 16 verse 9. The eyes of the Lord runs to and fro, and is looking for a man whose heart is what? Is right before him. So there is an expectation of God for our heart. He's looking for a pure heart. He's looking for a perfect heart. He's looking for a right heart. He's looking for a contract heart. He's looking for a grateful heart. Isaiah chapter 16 verse 2. He said, this will I consider a man of a contrite spirit. Right heart. A contrite spirit that trembles at my word. Those are the kind of heart. A contrite heart, a grateful heart, a pure heart, a perfect heart. Who can ascend unto the mountains of the Lord? Psalm 24 verse 3. Who can stand in his holy place? He said, he that has clean heart, pure heart. Bible says in the book of Psalm 51 verse 10, David prayed, he said, create in me a clean heart. That means that there is a state that your heart must be to do what? To please God. I saw something in the Bible that really shocked me. The first day I saw it, I struggled to comprehend it. 2 Chronicles chapter 25, I think, verse 1. You know, when you read the book of Kings and the book of Chronicles, you see the stories of the king of Israel. And before they begin to tell you the story of their life, first of all, they will do like a paraphrase. That, let's do a summary. Before they even start the story of the king, they will give a story. Say, and so, the son of so, became king. And he did that which was good in the sight of the Lord, according to the ways of David his father. And they will put another one. They say, and so, the son of so became king. He ruled for so number of years, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord, according to the way of Jeroboam the son of Nebat. Hallelujah. Now, so let's look at it. Second Chronicles, chapter 25. I don't want to show you. Is it Second Chronicles? Let's check. Second Chronicles, chapter 25, I think. Verse 1. And Amaziah was 20 years and 5 years old when he began to reign. Now, before Amaziah, there had been terrible kings. In fact, out of, let's say, they have 10 kings, 7 of them may be bad kings. They say they did evil. It is very rare for you to see a good king. So we now saw one of those few good kings. That Amaziah was 20 and 5 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 20 and 9 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Joadan of Jerusalem. And he did that, which was what? What did he do? Was he a bad king? Was he an evil king? He did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, but what? Not with a perfect heart. His action was good, but his intent was wrong. His action good, intent wrong. He gave money to the poor, gave money to the needy, but he wants to show off. He has hidden agenda. He appears to be humble, but he's not humble, just want to get position. He did that which was right in the heart of God, in the sight of God, but not with a perfect heart. God weighs what happens in your heart. God respects your heart, the motive behind your action, more than the action itself. So this morning, let's look at different kind of hearts, negative, that you must not have. Number 1, uncircumcised heart. Uncircumcised heart, Ezekiel 44, verse 7 to 9. An uncircumcised heart is the heart of a man that is not born again. Is a heart that is not saved. Is a heart that has not received the circumcision of the Spirit. God is the creator of the world. He is the creator of all men. But when he created the world and created all men, he made covenant with Abraham. And said, this shall be the sign of my covenant with you. I'm the God of all flesh. We can't hide that fact or that truth. But he made a special covenant with Abraham. And said, this is the sign of that covenant. And that is the sign of circumcision. So a man that does not accept the lordship of Jesus Christ over his life is a man of uncircumcised heart. His God is God. God can be his God, but he's not circumcised. He has not come into the family of God. At times, what brought you to God, into that family, is not necessarily what you have done, but what you have not done. Jesus Christ said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should have eternal life. But he said, he that does not believe the Son, he said, has not received life. No matter who he is, no matter his status, he can be the richest man in the world. He can be the most popular. His name can appear on Forbes magazine as the richest man in the world. If he does not know Jesus, he's what? He is a man of uncircumcised heart. So a heart that is not saved is an uncircumcised heart. Bible says, if our gospel be it is it to those who are lost, whom the God of this world has blinded their heart. So what does God call the people that are not born again? He said they are blind. He said they are lost. They can be wealthy, they can be poor, but they are lost. they are blind and they have no hope beyond this life. So an uncircumcised heart is the heart of an unborn again person, unsaved man. He has not accepted the lordship of Jesus Christ. At his best, a man of uncircumcised heart at his best can be a moralist. He can have good heart. The only thing is that he does not know Jesus. He can have good heart. God will reward him for that. There are Muslims that have good hearts. They are better than some so-called Christians. Am I making any sense? So, an uncircumcised heart at his best can do what? Can be a moralist, can be a good person, can give alms, can be nice. You know, there was a time I had some Christians, they came to me and said, some of my colleagues, they said, Moses, please, I need money, I need to do this, borrow me some money. And I borrowed them. Till today, I have not received the money back. I'm not talking about something that happened 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. But I knew a Muslim that got more than times 10 of what I gave these people. And what the Muslim did was, in fact, it surprised me. What did he do? He told me that I need to make a payment and I have a check that will clear next week. But I need to make that payment now. Can you borrow me so much? And it was something big. Can you borrow me this so much? I will return it by so time. So I borrowed him. The next thing I saw a mail to my email address. He just sent a mail to his wife and copied me. And he said, my wife, for your information, I took so much from Moses. In case I die before so date that I promised to return it to him, you must pay him back. As it is written in our Quran that we should do so and so. I called him. I said, what are you talking about? Why did you have to do that and send to your wife? The agreement is between me and you. Said, I may die tomorrow. A Christian has not paid his own for almost 10 years. Now, do you know what shocked me? This guy returned the money before the day he promised to return it. He just come and said, I have the money back. That the check cleared earlier than he thought. And he returned the money back. He has good heart, but he's an uncircumcised heart. So the heart of a man that does not know Jesus. So what do? I pray for him. That you have an encounter with Jesus Christ. And let me tell you, salvation is important. Salvation is key. The fact that a man has good heart does not mean that he's saved. We need to get that fact. That is the doctrine of the Bible. I can show you in the Old Testament. I can show you in the New Testament. In the Old Testament, there was a king, Abimelech. King Abimelech that took the wife of Abraham. And God showed up and told him, said, you are a dead man. You took the wife of a man that I love. You are dead. And he told God. He said, God, you know I don't know anything about this. This man told me that this lady is his sister. You know I did it in the integrity of my heart. What did God tell him? God told him, said, I know you did it in the integrity of your heart. And that is the reason why I did not allow you to have sex with her. Every time he wanted to go and have sex, something was drawing him back. He said, because I know you are a man of integrity. So God was telling an unbeliever that he was what? A man of integrity. Am I making any sense? So, but that does not mean that he was saved. Cornelius was a good man. A great guy. He prays. He has heard about the God of the Jews. He prays. He does all sorts of things. He gives up. He gave arm to a point. The Bible made us know that his prayer, his arm, had formed a memorial before God. But God knew that something was still lacking. God had to send Peter to him for him to be saved. Salvation is key. And there is no salvation in any other man. For there is no name that is given to man under the earth through which we can be saved. Save the name of Jesus. We need to understand that fact. So an uncircumcised at his best can be a good person, can be a good heart. But at his normal self, he plays with sin. He plays with sin. He's filled with sin. Immorality. That's an uncircumcised heart. At its normal self. At his best, he can be a moralist. At his normal self, he plays with sins. He sins normal. Sin is a norm for him. Sin becomes his hobby. You know, there are people, they say, AK is my hobby. And a man that has uncircumcised heart, sin is his what? Is his hobby. At his worst, an uncircumcised heart does not only sin, he experiments with sin. Get to know that? At his worst, he does not only sin, he does what? Talk to me. He does not only sin, he does what? He experiments with sin. He experiments with sin. He makes arrangement with his friend. How can I want to toast 2 sisters without them knowing. And we do it conveniently. And we do it conveniently. A man of uncircumcised, he not only sin, he does what? He experiments with sin. He can toast 2 friends without them knowing. He can set satanic agenda. You know, I told you about something I heard on radio, and that thing influenced my evangelism, my attitude towards evangelism. It was a bad thing I had, but it influenced significantly my approach to evangelism. That man said, he and his friend, they made a commitment that they want to see the first friend that will sleep with 300 women. They want to see, they took bet that who will be the first to sleep with 300 different women. That if you are the first to reach it, they set target for themselves. If you are the first to reach it, we are going to celebrate you. And the man said, they continue. You know, anything devil puts in your heart, he gives you the capacity to do it. And that's the reason you need to be careful of what runs in your mind. Anything you think about often, the devil will give you opportunity and capacity to do what? To do it. So the man said, so they were doing it, that they had to do it every day. And he said he had slept with 200 women before he stopped. They now asked him, why did you stop? Is it you gave your life to Jesus? He said, no, it's not that I gave my life to Jesus. He said, we were doing it when the news of HIV/AIDS started in Nigeria. He said it was the fear of HIV and AIDS that did what? So he said every day he will have to do what? Sleep with a woman. And I look at it, if somebody can have that satanic agenda, why is it not possible for me to also have an agenda that I will keep preaching to people every time? Let me also set crazy targets for myself that maybe in a year I want to reach 100 people. We have 365 days in a year. Is it too much for me to preach to 100 people? Is it a too much task? If Satan can set a satanic agenda for someone and he empowered him to do it, how much more will God empower me to do God's agenda? Am I making any sense? So an uncircumcised heart at his worst does not only sin, he does what? He experiments with sin. Combines stout and gin. Gin. Do tramadol plus, it does not only, see, this message that I'm preaching, I preached it about 9 years ago in Osu. Before this tramadol thing became he does not only sin, he does what? He experiments with sin. And let me tell you this. An uncircumcised heart is also not just the heart of somebody that was not born again or who is not saved. It's also the heart of a backslider. When a man backslides, he goes back into his vomit. He goes back into that place of uncircumcision where Christ has taken him from. I've met people, somebody told me, he said, Moses, my husband is a backslider. And I remember when the husband was still in the faith. When the husband was still in the faith, he was a Sunday school teacher. Strong, powerful. I was looking up to him. Sincerely. I was looking up to him, intelligent, young. Till today, I can't take away the intelligence from him. He's still intelligent. God has blessed him. But he's what? He's a backslider. May God restore him wherever he is. So, and let me tell you something. When you are a child of God, a man of circumcised heart, because if an uncircumcised heart is the heart of unbeliever or somebody that was not saved, that means that you are saved, your heart is what? Is circumcised. If you are following or hanging out with those people who are what? Who are uncircumcised, you take pleasure in hanging out with them, what will they do? They will contaminate your heart. They will pollute your heart. You see, there are Christians that says they don't have any problem hanging out. I'm not saying you should not relate with people who are not born again. Bible even said that we should show love to them. We should not criticize them. We should not condemn them. But you should not hang out with them. You should not hang out with them. There are Christians that will defend. No, there is nothing wrong in doing it. Is it wrong for us to go to club? What do you want to go and do in club? What are they doing in club? What are they doing in club? What are they doing in club? Psalm 1, when you look at the book of Psalms, there are 150 Psalms. There are 150 Psalms, but in the sequence, the first Psalm is not necessarily the first Psalm that was written. Because Psalm 90 was written by Moses. Most likely Psalm 1, in fact, even if I'm not sure of Psalm 1, Psalm 2 was written by David. Psalm 3 was written by David. Moses was before David. So Psalm 90 should come before Psalm 1. Why was Psalm 1 the opening psalm? Because it's an introduction. Blessed is the man who walk not in the counsel of the ungodly. He does not stand in the ways of sinner. He does not sit in the seat of the scornful. A Christian will still be arguing. Why should we not go to club? Is it not to enjoy ourselves? No, just to hang out, just take drinks, what are they doing in club? They play music that will defy your soul. A Christian sister was arguing with me. Pastor, that was not wrong. I said, okay, no problem. Said, when you are married, he said, I can go with my husband. We go to class. I said, I don't have problem with you. Don't have problem. Go with your husband. But if they transfer your husband to Abuja, will you ask your husband to be going to club alone? Say, no. No, if you are comfortable with club life, what am I making any sense? Don't let anybody deceive you. They think we are taking things to their sin. What are they doing in club? So my colleagues, they went to Port Harcourt to work for some time. And one day they said, let us have nice time. Let's go to club. They are Christians, married, wives in Lagos. Let's go to club. Let's go and enjoy. When they got there, they go there by 1. They got there. They saw a big gate. They went to knock the gate. For the gate. They said, we don't go through the big gate. We go through the narrow gate. Jesus Christ said, you go to heaven on the narrow gate. Devil has twisted that. They said, no, you can't knock the big gate. You have to go through the narrow one. So they went through the small gate. Say, as they knock on the gate and they open the gate to them, a taxi man that, all these taxi people, they will park in the night. Say, a taxi man said, welcome to Sodom and Gomorrah. Said, he asked his friend, did you hear that? Did you hear that? This is a circumcised that wants to hang out with uncircumcised people. Said, welcome to Sodom and Gomorrah. Said, did you hear that? But they have gone for it. They said, let's go there. So they went. The first thing they saw, their house could not contain. Saw a woman dancing nude. Said, hey. So they went to another corner. According to him, they went on. So they were drinking. They said they could not face that one. They were drinking. As they were drinking, a girl just came and said, can I take him inside? He said, When you hang out with wrong people, you can't speak grammar. They pollute you. You can't tell me that person will be normal for weeks. If the wife calls him at that time, will he pick the wife's call? Let us tell ourselves the truth. Don't let anybody deceive you. You are a Christian, you are a man of circumcision. You still want to hang out with uncircumcised people. They will pollute you. Do you need to relate with them? Relate with them. Do you need to love them? Love them. When Jesus Christ was on earth, he was sitting with the sinners, eating with them, being with them. He was not hanging out with them to sit with them. He was showing them love. But you must know your boundary. You must know your boundary. Hallelujah. So, you don't hang out. Bible says, what is the relationship between a believer and unbeliever? Don't be unequally yoked with them. Number 2, the second heart is unclean heart. Hey, David prayed in Psalm 51 verse 10, create in me a clean heart. So if there is a clean heart, that means that there is an unclean heart. What is an unclean heart? An unclean heart is a contaminated heart, stained and filled with impurities. Is unclean through pollution, through stain and impurity. So it's a heart that is contaminated, polluted, stained, and filled with impurities. But let me tell you something that will amaze you. Unclean heart can be uncircumcised heart, and can also be a circumcised heart. What is uncircumcised heart? Is the heart of somebody that was not born again. What is a circumcised heart? Is the heart of somebody that knows Jesus. But unclean heart can operate in two dimensions. So a pastor can have unclean heart. Am I making any sense? Listen to me. A pastor, anointed, full of Holy Ghost, can have what? Unclean heart. Through what he exposes himself to. Anything you expose yourself to contaminates your heart. If you expose yourself to what is wrong, your heart is what? Is polluted. If you expose yourself to bitterness, your heart becomes polluted. If you expose yourself to envy, your heart becomes polluted. If you expose yourself to immoralities, and the truth is that this is the area that we need to be careful. And I'll give you in two dimensions. Pollution can also be in two dimensions. It can be, your heart can be stained, and your heart can be polluted. What is the difference between stained and polluted? I'm wearing, let's assume that I'm wearing a white, like Benga is wearing a white shirt, a white dress. Right? If there is oil here, what happens? That's a stain. It does not affect every other part. But you are still not comfortable. And in this part of one of the worst things that you can have is when you are eating and something, maybe oil, just drop on your, it's not that it's just stained, it's the stain. The fact that it is food that brought it, reduces your ego. Now, listen to me. So, there is stain. But it's different from total, if you go and play ball in the rain with this, your white clothes, what happens? You are not only stained, you are covered with stains. And it is polluted. Am I making any sense? Sit down. So, hear me. One of the areas of our life that we need to be careful is in the area of a clean heart. Because there are so many things unconsciously that does what? That do what? Pollute our heart. I open my Facebook. The kind of things I will see. Even when I didn't plan for it. Do you understand? Does it happen to you? No, you are only people, right? You don't have those kind of things. If you're on social media, there are things I didn't plan for that just come straight into my watch. It's not even advert. Even some people that are maybe your friends on Facebook, you just say some things that even they don't even know the magnitude of what they have said. You see nudity. You see so many things. Now, once you see those things, they are what? They are seed into the soil of your heart. Bible says that the wicked man, he came and he sowed tears and did what? He went his way. So Facebook has sowed it and they'll go their way. Then it becomes what? Magnified. So what do you need to do? You deal with it. Ephesians 5 verse 20. You deal with it. The word of God says that Jesus Christ has redeemed the church, his bride, and he has washed it with the washing of the water by the word of God. So I have to do something about it. And you know, at times, most times, there is that temptation to have the second look. Am I making any sense? Am I making any sense? How many of you have been tempted to have second look? Yeah? There will be temptation to have the second look. Yeah? Now, somebody was telling me years ago, he said, a man of God, he said he was at the airport and he saw a lady that exposed her body. Listen to me. A lady exposed, her body, her cleavages, and he told me that the lady also wore a jean that, revealed her body and whatever. And he said, he kept looking at the lady. He said, look at this lady. Why is she dressed like this? Say, call somebody, hey, look at her. You understand? We need to, you know that we can correct her. They began to do analysis on what happens. You are just having a second look, third look, and fourth look in the name of what? Analysis. You cannot be normal. Cannot be normal. Cannot be normal. So, the area we need to be careful in the uncleanness, there are some things that will just come. But we need to be careful. So, what brings uncleanness is what we expose ourselves to. Through what we see, through what we hear, through what we say. So when you are stained, go and wash yourself with the word of God. Ephesians 5:26-27. Job also made a statement, said, I have made a covenant with my eye. Why will I look upon a maid? I have made a covenant with my eye. So in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1, the word of God said, let us cleanse ourselves from filthiness. It is not God that will do it. God has done his part. It is your responsibility. It is my responsibility to do what? To cleanse myself. To cleanse myself. So there is a washing that God does, but I need to cooperate with him. There is a washing that he does, but I need to cooperate with him. So the second one is the uncleaner. The third one, a proud heart. A proud heart sees himself better and higher than others, and deals with other people based on that consciousness. So he sees himself that he's better than other people, and he relates with people based on that consciousness. And let me say this to you. Pride is not in the abundance of what you have. It is a state of your heart. You can have much and be humble. And you can have little and be proud. How many of you agree with me? It is not in the abundance of what you have. Some of you say, hey, no. It's because he's rich. No. It is a state of your heart. Some of you are just waiting for something to trigger it. You can have much and be humble. And you can have little and be what? It's not in the position you occupy. You can have much and be humble. And I know a proud driver. I know a proud driver. I know a proud gate man. That when he's at the gate, he's the general managing director of that gate. He can insult people. So it is not in your, it is not, by God's grace, you don't let me go there. So it is not in the abundance of what you are, it is in your what? It is in your state of mind. So and let me tell you this, we all have tendencies to be proud. We all have tendencies to be ego driven. Don't say it cannot happen to me. It will not happen to me. And you need to make a conscious effort that the higher you go in life, the humbler you become. Can you say it? I'd make a decision today that the higher I go, the humbler I become. My pastor used to tell us a story of one of the church members that contested for an election, the least position you can contest for in Nigeria. Who can tell me the least position you can contest for? Councillor. He contested somewhere in Osun. And he was coming to church. Pastor, pray for me. I need to go to one. He was encouraged. They prayed. He won the election. And part of the benefit at a point, he was to go to Israel, to Jerusalem. So they sent him to Jerusalem. And when he came back from Jerusalem, he stopped coming to church. Stopped coming to church. So pastor didn't see in church the first week, second week, third week. After some time, what's happening? So they sent some people to go and visit him. We didn't see in church. Is there any issue? Said no. That when he went to Jerusalem, when he was coming back, nobody came to the airport to come and welcome him from the church. This happened. You can say how God cannot promote some people. How God cannot promote them. Because you're a councillor. So if that person becomes governor, pastor will not come to church Sunday morning. You first of all go to his house. And when that person is coming to church, they will first of all close this street. That will not happen. When God promotes you, the higher you go, the humbler you become.
Amen.
I said the higher you go, the humbler you become. Pride is a thing of the heart, but it reflects in 3 areas of your life. Number 1, how you think, what you see, and how you talk to people. It reflects in how you think. You think low of people, you despise people. Never despise a man. A man that is struggling today may be a star tomorrow. Never despise a man. I have pastored people. One of the students I pastor in EFCC is now in Lagos State House of Assembly. If I despise him then, I won't be bold to be talking about him now. He won't be talking about me. He still sent somebody to me about 2 months ago that tell Pastor Moses I will still come and sing. There was a time I was taking him from place to place, looking for a job for him. Never despise a man. When he wanted to get married, he brought his wife to my office. He said, I need to see you. I need to just show you my wife. It's because I have invested something in his life. Never despise a man. Most especially when people are going through their season of preparation. That is when you need to help them on that part. Don't say words that they will remember tomorrow. Words like, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? I have people, somebody was struggling academically and an uncle called him and said, you can never amount to anything. You better go and learn trade. There is nothing wrong in learning trade, but the circumstances at which it was said, till today they are still talking about it. Even some people, when they forgive, they will still talk about the evil you said. So pride may be in your heart, but it reflects in 3 major areas of your life. In how you think about people, you don't even need to say it. When you think it in your heart, you have done it. How you talk to people. Bible said, the Lord has given me a tongue of the learned, that I may know how to speak a word in season. Let me tell you this. Anytime God promotes you, that is when you must receive wisdom to know how to talk. Because you will say something like that. You must know how to speak a word in season to him that is with you. Few days ago, I gave somebody some amount of money. And it's huge. So the person started praying for me and she blessed me. She said, God bless you. He now said something. He said, Moses, I don't know how I can. Anytime you do all these things for me, I don't know how I can repay you. May God. She was not talking about blessings. She said, you have done so many. I don't know. I always feel. I just know my God. I said, hey, hold it. Hold it. Don't say that again. Anytime I give you something, just do what? Pray for me. Just say thank you and pray for me. All this your story that you say, I said I will tell you something. I remember years ago, when you were collecting your salary, you were using it to send me to lesson. She had forgotten. I said there was a day you collected your total salary and you dropped everything, and I asked you. I said, how are you going to get money for the month? You told me that you will live on tips in your office. That's what you told me. She was shocked. He kept quiet. I said, I can never forget that. Now, what am I doing? It was a deliberate thing. So that you don't just think that I have blessed you. I want you to also know that in my past, you were there. It was deliberate. It was deliberate. I said deliberate. And I said, I remember. I want to go to lesson. I will be thinking, Igbo material lessons. And I said, she was the one that was sending there. And there were times that she would take all her salary and brought it to my mom. Say, Egba, take this, if it's on then take the rest. And I asked her, I said, no matter how I live. Said, I will live on tips. That my guy always give me tips. When people come to collect their jobs, they give me tips. Tips will sustain me for the month. So, you must know how to talk to people when God has blessed you. You can give somebody money and the presentation of the money will still give them sorrow. But you can, you see, you will mismanage your life. Mismanage your life. Okay, take it down. But you can package it and you give it to them in honor that they go with a sense of dignity. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3. Bible says, talk no more exceeding proudly. Don't let arrogance be in your mouth. He said, for your God is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. Talk no more exceedingly proudly. Let no arrogance come out of your lips. For your God is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. He weighed actions. So, say it again. The higher I go, the more humble I become. Number 4, a stony heart. See, before I go to a stony heart, listen to me. Never despise the man. You can be classy and humble. I'm not saying you should not have class. But you can be classy and what? And humble. You can be firm and approachable. I'm not saying that you just allow anything, that you don't have any class. At times when God promotes you, you need to leave your environment. I'm telling you, there are some areas you may not stay. But don't let it be as a result of pride. Because there are some areas that are not even good for you. You may start from there. You may not continue from there. Alright. So there is nothing wrong in being classy, but you must be humble. That even when you leave the place, the people know that you are a blessing. But it's just that you just need to move. God bless me more than this, I will leave Uru. Well, the kind of area. Why in my own interest? At times I will be driving from work. As I'm parking in front of my gate, I will just see some boys. Pastor. They're not preaching, no. I say, hey guys, that was the day. Junction Atiria Saturday. So I will dip my hand in my pocket. So I will give them money. And let me tell you, regardless, they are security threats. That's the truth. They have their own good on some days. If they see somebody harass you, they will harass them, but they are also security threats. So I preach to them, I give them money, take care of them. I tell them, so what do you do? What do you want to do? What are you doing? And it's always the same story. So if you become president, or be governor, or you now be moving up and down. So you can be classy, yet what? Humble. Don't despise people. Number 4 is stony heart. A hardened heart. Ezekiel 11:19. What is a stony heart? A stony heart is a heart that cannot be penetrated by the truth and right emotions. A heart that is stubborn. A heart that is not submissive to the truth. That's a stony heart. A heart can be generally stony, hardened. That's the reason we say, this is a hardened criminal. But at times, some of us can be hard, can have a hardened heart in some areas of our life. So you see some areas, you are soft in those areas. But in some areas, God is talking to you and say, Lord, I'm not going to do it. God is telling you to go and reconcile with someone. Say, no, I'm not going to reconcile you. I am not going to reconcile. So your heart, you agree with God on other things, but there are areas of your life. God is asking to do something. Say, no, I cannot submit. There are people that cannot submit to their husband just to say sorry. You are wrong, go. To say sorry becomes an issue. And there are people that they are right, but God is saying, go and say sorry. Because when God asks you to go and do something, He has something in mind. In the leading of this Holy Spirit, let me tell you this. What is more important than why? Write it down. In the leading of the Holy Spirit, what He asks you to do is more important than why He asks you to do it. When I, as a man, ask you to do something, you must understand the reason why I'm asking you to do it. You must know why. But when God is saying, go, you don't need to ask Him for why. Why should I go? God told Abraham, He said, arise. Get out of your father's line. You don't need to. If He gives you why, you are lucky. If He doesn't give you why, go. In the things of the Holy Spirit, the what is more important than the why. Follow Him. So God said, Go and apologize. When you are not the one at fault. It's a lesson. There's something wants to teach you. You do it. And then, no, but I'm right. Jesus Christ gave us a simple analogy. He said, when you bring your gift to the altar, and you remember that your brother has something against you, it's not you that has against him. He said, drop your gift at the altar, go and reconcile with him, and come back and give your gift to him. Because without doing that reconciliation, what will happen? Your prayers can be hindered. Your gift, the blessing can be blocked. Oh, but if I have done my part and he doesn't allow me, he doesn't accept me, that is between him and God. You do your part. So a man can be hardened. There are people that are hardened in the area of money. He cannot drop money for money. No, Timothy Shefu cannot drop it. And let me tell you this. You will get to a point in your life, in your Christian walk, that God will want to test your heart. And there are things he will tell you to give when it comes to money. You will know. You will know. You don't need a pastor today. I'm not saying this because I want you to bring something to you. You will know. He will tell you, take that thing that you are budgeted on, you are planned. He said, go and give it to that woman. Go and give it to that. Divide it into 3. Give one to this. Give one to this. Give one. It will sound crazy. But if you obey, there is no way a seed can be more than the harvest. Have you ever seen a place where the seed is more than the harvest? You plant seed, the harvest you cannot imagine. You cannot quantify. You can count the number of seeds in orange. You can never count the number of oranges in a seed. That's the truth. You take orange, you cut it, you squeeze everything, you drop all the seeds. 1, 2, 3, you count. 20, 15, 16. But take those seeds, plant them, they become trees of orange. After many years, they will bring forth more oranges. And from those oranges, you can get more seeds to plant that can become a whole city filled with oranges. You get to that point. So don't harden yourself. Psalm 95 verse 7 said, if you hear his voice today, harden not your heart. One day God will tell you, said, leave your comfort zone. Leave the job you are doing. Go and do something better. You are leaving a comfort zone. He said, leave it. And go and do this. It will be there. He said, for his God, we are the people of his pasture and the sheep of his hand. Today, if you will hear his voice, what did he say in verse 8? Harden not your heart. That's a stony heart. Praise the Lord. So you can say that you can be anointed, filled with the Spirit, but you are still operating this level. Your heart is unclean because of the things you have exposed yourself to. And you're a pastor, you are carrying it. And don't be confused. Miracle may still be happening. But your heart is what? Is polluted. Miracle may still be happening, but your heart is what? Is hardened. There are people I will never talk to. So you are relating with some people, but you are not talking to some people, and God is saying, go and reconcile with them. So he said, no, I won't. And you are seeing miracle. And there is a deception of miracles at times. He can deceive. You think that all is well and all is not well between you and God. Let's look at 2 more. And then we close. A wicked heart. Jeremiah 17 verse 9. The heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? Every man on earth has a tendency to demonstrate wickedness of his heart. When we gave our lives to Jesus Christ, our hearts were transformed. Bible says, any man being Christ is a new creature, all things. God changed your heart. Your whole heart becomes old. He said, all things are new. But as long as you are still in the world, it is not enough. You still need to renew your mind. So we need to continually renew our mind. A wicked heart is the sum up of all the negative description of the heart. Everything you see here, that we have unclean heart, stony heart, proud heart, that is what? That is the general overview of what? A wicked heart. Anything that is negative. A wicked heart is a heart that imagines evil. every time your heart imagines evil, that is what? That is wickedness. Let me tell you this. Every man has that tendency. And I'll give you an example. Do you know that a good wife, a nice wife, listen to me. And that's the reason you need to work on your heart. You need to guard your heart. So that it will not change form. That's the essence of this message. So that your heart does not change. So you see a good wife. That's my wife. Lovely, nice. The day the wife hears that you have another wife outside, a Samaritan, say, yay. Gege. What did Shakespeare write? He said, you never know the hunger of a scorned woman or something like that. That same word that was good and nice will go any length to destroy the other woman. Am I making any sense? Am I making any sense? There are women that kill their husband because of extramarital affair. Stab their husband to death. And they will tell you that, I can't believe that. This one is a gentlewoman. Yeah, something triggered the wickedness in her heart. Because it is there as a seed. Am I making any sense? They say, I have never seen that sister in that. It's because you have not pressed that button. You press the button, it becomes, you press a button, it turns to something else. So you deal with yourself. You deal with the wicked. And let me tell you, some of you say, I'm not that bad. I don't imagine it. I'll be giving you an example. On a lighter one, traces of, it started when we were growing up. When they take off lights in your house, and you say, what's happening? And you look at the next door, you saw light there. And you know that if other people have light and you don't have light, NEPA will not even come to your area. So you are praying, so they took off their light, 30 minutes later, thank God. How many of you have done it that? Like that? They say Sam does it very well. Till now, is he doing it? You look at their streets, I'm not the next year. I'm not again, you know. And they did that, up NEPA. Up NEPA knows because, I'm coming, up NEPA, not because. That is wickedness. You are imagining evil. In football, I've done it a lot. Nigeria loses a match. Ghana is playing fine. I say, now that Nigeria has lost it now, let all Africa lose. Ghana will not take that cup. You know all those things? Evil. When you begin, and that's how we grew. And unconsciously, listen to me. There is a mindset that if I don't get it, nobody else gets it. You know those kind of mindset. So you go for an interview. And you are not successful, and somebody else wants to go for that interview. Instead of pouring yourself to that, now that I can't get to this, these are the likely questions that put yourself there. And you go and Google. You see, just search. Just Google. And the person said, but you did your own yesterday. And so how did it go? What were the questions? No, just those general. Just. Why can't you say it? Don't mindset of, I don't get it, nobody else gets it. That is wickedness. When you wish people bad, you need to check your heart. That is wickedness. When you wish people fall for the same mistakes you fell for, that is wickedness. Let me tell you this. When you decide not to warn people about impending danger, listen to me. When you fail to warn people about impending danger, it is what? It is wickedness. All this attitude that we have in church, when you see people going in error, it's only that you must do it wisely. You see a sister dating a guy, and that guy is evil, and you keep your mouth shut. Okay? Go on, pray, Dada, Kori. If it means that you go and report to pastor, if you are fat and you keep quiet, that man will miss it, but you will not go free. Because you have just sown a seed. That means that you are not your brother's keeper. If you see impending danger and you keep quiet, is it not better for people to hate you, insult you, than for you to keep quiet and you have guilty conscience? Wickedness is when you decide not to warn people about impending danger. Wickedness is when you repay good with evil. Wickedness is when you take advantage of people. You came to somebody's house, you said, please, let me stay with you. I have a accommodation problem. Let me stay with you for 2 months. And 2 months became 2 years without any further engagement. And the person is regretting. How do I do this? And after you eventually left, you damaged everything, you spoiled everything. And next time, some good people, they are coming, say, please, we also need accommodation. Accommodation. In fact, the Holy Spirit just ministered to me that I should not take anybody again. When you take advantage of people, when you borrow and you don't repay. Psalm 37 verse 21. Let's read that one. Psalm 37 verse 21. Psalm 37 verse 21. Let's read it. When you borrow, you know there are people, we take advantage of people in church. Somebody will come to you to borrow money from you. As he's borrowing the money, he doesn't have the mind to repay you. Brother gave testimony that all the DSTV, all the money DSTV hold him. Even there are people that give testimony as they leave church. People are sending demands on them. I always tell people, no, somebody gave a testimony in church a few years ago here. I told him after that, I said, don't ever mention money again. That they pay me so much. Let that be between you and God. Or else, people will take advantage of you. People will package you. You know there are people that package, they target people in church. Bro. Emmanuel, you'll be shocked after some time. People will just come and say, yes, he's taking it. They just paid money. Now read verse 21 of Psalm 37. The wicked borrows and does not do what? Talk to me. The wicked borrows and does not what? And what does the Bible say will happen to the wicked? It says, tell the wicked shall not be well with him. That's what the Bible says, not me. That's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says. It shall be well with you. The last form of wickedness is that, and this is very good for you counselors. When you counsel someone and that person disobeyed you, didn't follow your counsel, and you are now wishing him evil. That, now that we have warned him that he did not listen to our advice, when he suffered, he will come back to us. That is a spirit of Jonah. My wife knows, when I want people, don't do this, and they do it. Do you know what I do? I set prayer. At times I do 7 days of fasting. She can testify. I will do 3 days, 7 days, and I will be fasting and praying. What am I praying for? Mercy, mercy, mercy. That even in this worst decision, God will bring the best out of it. Don't be a prophet of doom. That you want to take that glory that I have warned you. Now that you fail. Don't be a prophet at all. That person there is a way God can turn things around. Jonah, God told him, go and preach to these people. He said, I will not preach to them. I will not, because he knew that if we preach, they will change. So eventually when God, through circumstances, fish swallowed him, fish brought him back, he went to preach. He didn't preach the way he should preach. He was just condemning. In 40 days, Nineveh shall gone. Then he now went somewhere and said, let me see how God will bomb them, how God will destroy them. God was looking at him. That is the spirit of Jonah. It is wickedness. You correct someone, doesn't listen to you, and you are wishing. That's not the spirit of Christ. How many times has God warned you that you didn't follow instruction? Did he kill you? Didn't his mercy receive you back? Rise up on your feet. Rise up on your feet. This one, the reason I asked you to round off is because I want to take one more. And when I see you standing, I will rush it. The last one is a deformed heart. Deformed heart. What is a deformed heart? A heart that becomes defective through negative experiences. When a heart becomes defective, it is what? A deformed heart. A heart that has been reconditioned negatively. That's a deformed heart. The default setting of that mind has changed. The mind has been negative. When you are going through your season of preparation, when you are still struggling, be careful lest your heart get deformed. When you have negative exposures, cultural experiences, they will tell you some Igbo guys They like money too much. Yoruba guys, the Ijebu, they like money. And you begin to walk in that consciousness. And God help you. Maybe one Igbo guy does do something to you because of money. And you do what? I say, it is true. Then your heart get deformed. Even if God wants to send blessing to you through Igbo, what happens? You block that person because you don't have the capacity, a deformed mind. And let me tell you the reason you need to be careful. A deformed heart, most of the time, misinterprets good gestures. I'll give you an example. Somebody, let's say, mommy, you have a friend, and you just bought a cloth that does not size you well, and you give it to that your friend. You know that if the friend has a deformed heart, she may be thinking, and you do that often, maybe another time, somebody sends something to you and does not, say, oh, let me give my friend. Your friend may be thinking that, am I now a dumping ground? You have just used something for few, at times, recently I bought some shirts, and I just made some dress that I have not worn for a long time. I wore them just twice. And because I bought some, there was these sales that they were doing, and somebody helped me, and I just gave out all the other ones that somebody can say, now, I gave it to people that are younger than me. Fine. It's still real. But do you know that if you are giving it to your mates, you gather at the same time, or your, look at my life. Every time, January they will be, we the one that they will give to. We the one that you complain about what they give to you. Meanwhile, you that you are saying, can't you notice that every time it is what they have used that they give to, what they have used that is still new that they give to. The same people, if they give you their used car, you will come to church and give testimony. Your heart is deformed. You say, I prayed and God has said, these are year of gifts. I wasn't preparing for you. They just gave me a Toyota Corolla. Just like that. The people that gave me, they just got a new car and they said their Corolla that is still new, AC working, everything they gave me. You start singing. You that you complain about shirts, you are giving testimony about car. You have problem. A deformed heart, the wife gets higher salary than him. He was earning more than the wife before. And when he was earning more than the wife, the wife said, Daddy, please, I'm tired. You are the one that will clean the room today. Said, no, I'll do it for you. Love, I love you. I love you. I love you. Mwah, mwah. You are doing it. Daddy, you take the children to school. I'm tired. No, I'll do that for you. Now that the wife is earning more than you, say, Daddy, please help me just take, I need water. Help me just bring water. Over somebody would I need. Now, see, now that she's earning more than me, I'm now an errand boy. But you are an errand boy when you were earning more than, am I making any sense? You were an errand man. You were not thinking about it. It's because your heart is deformed. They preach a simple message when you are talking to you because of your circumstances. Deformed. You need to free yourself. They misinterpret good gestures. They live by misconceptions. Somebody that God is promoting, that you are relating freely before. Now that God is promoting, you say, they are now proud. Your friend that when you call him 20 times before, that will not pick calls when you had money, when you were together. You are not thinking. At times, when he eventually pick, you say, oh, serious. You know you are not serious. Do you know how many times I have called you? 20 times, right? But I have forgiven you. Now when God promotes that person, you call him 3 times or 4 times, he didn't pick. Say, I won't call him again, he's proud. Let me respect myself. Your heart is what? Deformed. And you can be speaking in tongues, still carrying a deformed heart. I round up this message by praying the prayer of David. Create in me a new heart, a clean heart. Renew the right spirit. That is not a right spirit. Create in me a clean heart. Renew the right spirit within me. Create in me a clean heart. Renew the right spirit. Lift up your voice to God and pray. Create in me a clean heart. Renew the right spirit within me. Create in me. That my mind will not limit me, my heart will not limit me. Create in me. Create in me a clean heart, a new heart. I want to have a pure heart, a contrite heart, a heart that respect and honor you. I don't want my heart to be far from you. Create in me. I want you to talk to God. Create in me a clean heart. Thank you, Father. Lord, renew my mind. Lord, renew my mind. Change me. Change me. In any way that my heart is far from you, bring me back. Bring me back. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Lift up your hands to God. Father, we thank you that this word will not just be mere message, but it will transform our heart. Give us a new heart. Transform us. Heal our heart. Heal our heart, Lord. Heal our heart, Lord. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.